Hi, everyone. So, a general introduction on things that we'll do. This is a more of a demo webinar that we are going to do, and it would cover on why you are trying to learn. Why Workday? Okay, I'll try to answer why Workday integration, basically. So, in Workday, we have various other modules, okay, which lies on the technical side, which lies on the functional side. You chose to come on the integration side or technical side of things, why it is in demand, why it is going to be the future, and why Workday would always be overcoming other ERP technologies like PeopleSoft or Oracle or SAP or Salesforce. Okay. I'll be sharing my screen for saying on or showing you all the contents of what we would be covering. Okay. So I would just want confirmation from any one of you that you are able to see my screen. So before starting this would be a Workday integration demo where we will be covering the side of Workday which is on the technical side. Okay. So which is not functional, which may not cover modules, but this is more of integration of the demo of integration. Just before we go or and through this PPT and explain you every thing of what would be covered later in the sections. This is just a disclaimer that this is just for informational purpose. Okay. It has a copyright and everything as such with ZaranTech itself. Oh, there would be my introduction. So the agenda for this, there's my introduction. There is the modules that would be covered by ZaranTech for the course of integration training, about our course, what is Workday integration, what's the salary trend, what's the job trend, why choose ZaranTech, and yes, at the end you will have Q&A. If you have any questions, please keep it for the Q&A section. We would answer it one by one. So if nobody has any questions as of now, let's go ahead with my introduction. Okay. So, hey, I am your trainer for this course, and I have a total experience of 12 years, in which 9 years is in Workday. So, rest all the years I was in PeopleSoft. So, 3 years I was in PeopleSoft. So, I've made a switch from PeopleSoft to Workday. Now, I have always been a Workday consultant, Workday integration consultant. So the perks of me being a Workday integration consultant was that I was able to even understand integrations and even understand the functional concept of integrations of Workday, I would say, functional concepts of Workday. So once you are a Workday integration consultant, you just not have to be on the technical side of things, but you'll also learn the functional aspect of things, because if you are creating, making, or designing or enhancing an integration, the very first thing that you need, is the knowledge of the functional side as well. So during building the integration, understanding the integration, you would also have a knowledge on functional side. So the Workday integration consultant do not always call them as an integration consultant, but they also tell them as a techno-functional consultant. So they would always have a knowledge of the technical aspect of things as well as functional aspect of things. So about me, I'll just take. So it's been 9 years for me in Workday. I have been certified in the areas of work. I'm Workday integration certified. I've got certified in HCM overview first. Then I'm Workday integration certified. I'm Workday Studio certified. I've been certified in Workday third-party payroll connector. I am certified in Workday authentication. I'm certified in Workday orchestrate, and I'm certified in Workday extend. So these are the certifications that I hold currently, which is mostly on the technical side of things. So if you see, even the Workday Extend is on the technical side of things. So yeah, that was my introduction about. And before the Workday journey, I was a PeopleSoft consultant, I was a PeopleSoft Fin consultant, a technical consultant, where I generally did my start of the career and was doing the, if people are here from PeopleSoft, I did designed some the technical side of PeopleSoft, which was app engines, or which was component interface or integration brokers. But yeah, that doesn't matter anyways now. The modules that would be covered in this integration training. Okay. So now we have, this is a very great chart of understanding what all we'll be doing things. So integration, if anyone has a question, please do raise your hand, or you can just speak in between, that's fine. Integration covers various aspects, which is well covered in this map or roadmap as well. We would be starting with reporting. We will be understanding custom reports in very detail. Okay. We would be understanding the other kind of reports also, because Workday just not has reports which is custom report. It has a many other type of reports, which is matrix report, composite report, n box reports. Okay, for an integration consultant, okay, you need not know all the kind of reports. The only reports an integration consultant would be very much or should be thorough about is a custom report, because this report would be used for him or her throughout his journey of Workday integrations. Till I am using custom reports. The use of composite matrix report is minimal in his life, because these kind of reports are generally used by the reporting consultant, not the integration consultant. But we would be understanding the different types of report for sure, and studying the custom report in details. So custom report study would be happening in very detailed for us. So like the roadmap has said about, we would be creating all kind of custom reports. They are basically differentiated into two type of reports. I'll make you understand why this custom report are created at the very first place. Okay, it's not like we started creating this report. I'll make you understand why this report is created at the very first place, and what are the use cases of what are the use cases when you go ahead and create this custom report. Okay, this report, after this report we have done, in this report we'll cover various thing of various sub aspects of this report, how to use filters, how to use sub filters in the report, how to use grouping, sorting, how a report security works, how we will enable this report as a web service in later future, so that this report can be exposed as a service to other party clients. So once that's done, the other part is core connector that you see in the roadmap also. Very interesting thing, I would say, core connector. Okay, it is something very unique in Workday. It is not, this concept is not anywhere in PeopleSoft, not anywhere in SAP, in Salesforce, or any other ERP technologies that I've worked for. Core connectors are so strong in nature that they would basically, what is a core connector? It is a kind of integration. So Workday integrations are subdivided into few types. Okay, the first type is culmination of custom report and programming language known as XSLT. So which I will teach you. So XSLT is nothing but a language which parses an XML. So anything in Workday that we'll be dealing with will be an XML in later future. Okay, I'm talking from the integration front. When I say anything we have to deal with, it is mostly data. So a custom report output data would be of type XML that we would be dealing with. It can be of type JSON also. But as of this course curriculum, we are specific to how we will be processing an output type produced by a custom report, which is of type XML. A report alongside XSLT transformation creates an integration which is known as an EIB, or an enterprise interface builder. So the first kind of integration that we'll be covering in this session would be an EIB, or an enterprise interface builder. The second kind of integration that we'll be covering is the core connectors, an amazing integration that basically helps to determine change detection. I'll just give you a small use case of how powerful this integration is. That when we design core connectors, this core connector is capable of sending the third party client change detection. Okay, what do you mean by change detection is, let's say I've been hired into a system. I've been hired into a system. I had my changes throughout while I was hired. When I say changes throughout, it means that I changed my marital status, I've changed my address, I've changed my many other things. Okay. So basically all the demographic changes that I'm doing, and there is an integration that is running behind the scene which would capture everything of it. Okay, so this integration that would be capturing either top of the stack data, okay, or the full stack data, and sending it to third party system where my data is being synced. It's core connectors. Core connectors are the only integration that have bought change detection in Workday. I'll make you explain what is change detection in a very detailed manner. So don't worry on that part. But yeah, core connectors are very interesting concepts. There are many different types of core connectors that we have in Workday. It's core connector worker, core connectors payment outbound. We would be very specific to core connector workers because once I'll explain you core connector workers, other type of connectors are almost similar or same. So like you said, see here, core connectors, EIBs, the last part that everyone gets scared of is Workday Studio. So do not be scared of Workday Studio. So it's the ladder that we climb. The very simplest of integrations are called EIBs. Little complex goes core connectors. And the ones that are considered as most complex in nature is Studio. So, but do not get scared as that way, because the ladder for me is always the opposite. I consider studios to be the easiest, core connectors to be little complex, and EIB to be more complex. Reason is it involves it involves custom reports. Custom reports in itself is many a things. Okay, it's just not building a report, but it has many a things inside. And yes, once the everything is completed, definitely the last end goal that you're looking for is a certification, right? So how you would appear in the certification? Certification now, I'll just give you the most recent update on the certifications if everyone is knowing about that, well and good. If not, I'll just give you the most recent update on this certification. Workday certification has now taken a great change. So we do not have a partner side certification and a customer side certification. So in Workday, the ecosystem is divided into two parts. We have something called a partner companies, which implements Workday. Okay. Companies like Deloitte, PwC, KPMG, or IBM, or there are many other companies as well. These are the companies that is called as a partner company because they have licensing of implementing Workday to any other clients. Any other clients, maybe it can be Amazon, it can be Walmart, or any other clients. And there is a customer on the other side. The customer is nothing but clients who have already implemented Workday. For an example, Amazon has implemented Workday, or Walmart has implemented Workday, or any third party system that have any client, sorry, I would say, has implemented Workday. So those are called customers. So there is a two-side ecosystem, and there was the two-side certifications in Workday before, which was called partner certifications and which was called customer certifications or pro certifications. Workday has merged both the certifications into one. So as of now, we would have only one certification and it will be called as a pro certification. So whether you are in a partner firm, whether you are in a customer handling Workday enhancements or day-to-day Workday issues or troubleshooting them, okay? So if you go for a certification, it will just be a Workday Pro certification. So that's the latest update on the certification. And the certification pattern nowadays for every other certification, specifically the integration certification, would be a multiple choice. Earlier in the days when I have appeared in my integration certification, it was way more tougher. We have to go through the 9 days curriculum of the certification through a Workday trainer. And after that, we have to create a whole, I would say it was means whole working scenario for a Workday integration thing. So it was an assignment given to us, and with some given time of 24 hours, we have to submit that. But now it has changed. You just have to appear for 40 or 50 multiple choice questions, a proctor based multiple choice questions. And if you clear that, you would be clearing your integration. But believe me, even for appearing on this integration, you have to have a good knowledge of things, because this MCQs would not be very simple. It not be very tough, but it would be a moderate one where you need to have the knowledge of all the blocks that you see in the screen, which is grayed out. The topics that we are going to cover here, anything you have to add upon, anything you think that is missing here, anything you think that should have been added, anything you think should be updated, please go ahead and ask regarding this roadmap that we have. And if not, we'll go with the next session, next slides.
So there is a concept of cockpits, right? Is that already covered in the core connectors?
Cockpits. Can you come again, please?
Yeah, cockpits. Is that part of core connectors or is it part of the studio? Where does it fit in?
I never heard of this term. What do you mean by cockpits?
I mean, even I don't know. I heard
Okay.
in a couple of meetings,
Okay.
Workday integration cockpits.
Okay, means there, okay, means it may be used for some other terminologies to refer some other things, but
Okay.
essentially Workday cockpits is nothing, means they must have their own keyword for doing this, but Work General does not have anything called Workday cockpits.
Got it.
I have a question.
Go
You
ahead.
said that one we need, in order to be a Workday integration consultant, you need to have a knowledge of SSLT, right?
No,
So
I'll not say.
how
Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
means SSLT is it's like totally a program coding language, or is it similar to the XML? That's what I'm overhearing from you.
Means, okay, I'll just give you a small thing. Okay, XSLT is a programming language, yes. Okay, it is not a programming language like Java, okay, and other ones that C Sharp or other ones, but it is essential. Reason being, we will cover that, and you can XSLT is widely available throughout the Google also. It's not something that is sitting in the closed space like Workday. Other things are here like core connectors, EIBs. You cannot find it like a tutorial over in Google, but XSLTs are something which is sitting on Google as a tutorial of that. We will make you understand the basic concepts of XSLT. Do not get feared if you're even not from a technical background. Okay, very much a programming background, I would say. You have not done very much of not much of programming in your earlier days. XSLT can still be grasped. It is something which you can still go ahead and write in code about. So it's just a normal language, programming language that parses in XML. That's it. Any other questions, please? Hope I answered your question. Sorry for.
Yeah. I just wanted to know that one, how deeply we need to get involved in the XSLT for
We need to get deep, because if we understand, because XSLT would be interconnected in all the integration areas that we'll be going through. Starting with EIBs, we'll start with XSLT. In core connector, XSLT would also be used in integration type known as DT or document transformation. In studios, again, XSLT would be heavily used. So XSLTs are used throughout all integration types. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? Please feel free to ask any question that you want. Do not think this question is something very basic and should not be asked, because this is your time and you can go ahead and ask any question, howsoever silly it can be. So yeah, go ahead.
So what is SSLT mean? Is it like secure socket layer transport?
Okay, so XSLT is a programming language. Okay, I do not guess that's the full form of XSLT. Sorry, right now I do not exactly know the full form of XSLT. Okay, it is a parser. Let's say you know what an XML is, right? Or how an XML looks like, right? Correct. So
Yes.
I'll just give a very small use case. I'll not take much time for that. But let's say your client has asked you that, Bhanu, that I need to send demographic data out for employees from my Workday tenant. Okay, so the PIA, that the interface that you look on your screen, is generally known as a Workday tenant. Okay, I'll show you how a PIA looks like. PIA is something that we'll be looking at a very regular basis while we'll be doing our courses. So just give me a minute. This would be how a PIA would be looking like. What a PIA is, I'll tell you. Don't worry about it. But okay, if you see here, okay, this is a Workday tenant that we'll be looking at. Inside this tenant, we'll be doing everything. Okay, creation of integration, creation of reports. This is how a tenant looks like. You must have seen it before also, but this is how a tenant looks like. So this would be our source, our goal of doing everything. So this is something we'll be doing everything inside this. And going on XSLT, we'll be writing XSLT outside the system, somewhere in software, free software again, known as Oxygen. You can download Oxygen. If you do not have Oxygen, just for everyone, if you do not have a system called as Oxygen, you can download it. Oxygen is available free of cost here. Okay, you can just go ahead and download this Oxygen. So You can just, it's used to create XSLT. It is used to parse XML and XSLT. So it's a very, very powerful software. So just go ahead and go for Oxygen. You can just download it. Keep it well, because once we started, okay, even then also I'll tell you to download Oxygen. But yeah, now if you can just keep it, that would be very great for you understanding at least by then you'll be understanding how the software works, at least not how XSLT works, but how the software looks like, how it works. Yeah. Any more questions? But yeah, XSLT is something that we'll be covering throughout.
I know, I'm good. Thank you.
Great. Okay. If nobody has questions, I'll just proceed further.
Yeah, no, one more question. Yeah, actually, in order to become for a Workday integration, we already have a pre-built connectors, right? So where we are, if we have we are basically using the pre-built connectors.
Correct.
So once we are using it, basically, if we have to add additional functionality, then that is the time we have to go and make the changes in the XSLT, make the program coding changes, and that is the way you enhance the functionality of that one, how that works.
Yeah, sure. That definitely will be covering. So the question that you're trying to ask, and I'll make everyone understand what Kennedy is trying to ask, is we have pre-built connectors in Workday. So pre-built connectors are nothing but the core connectors that he's talking about currently. So
Correct.
It can be a core connector worker, it can be anything. So these are already an integration system that is existing in Workday. It's a template that Workday has given to us. Okay. It is nothing that we are creating from scratch. So how do we use it is we would be covering it in core connectors. How do we create these connectors? I'll not say create. How would we use this template as per our purpose for our client requirements when given to us? When to use these connectors? The very big question is when to use these connectors. Because how to use is the easy thing. When to use is a thing to be answered as a consultant, because at the end of the day, you are going to be just not be an integration developer, but you will be an integration consultant as well. Consultant has to give client solution of whether he or she has to go for an EIB, core connectors, a studio, whatever it is. How you can tell that? So that differentiation is needed. But to answer your question, XSLT in core connectors would be needed in order to enhance or in order to change the XML output that a core connector generally gives. I will not say core connector gives always an XML output, but an XML output a core connector generally gives into a readable client form, a readable human format like a CSV file or a pipe delimited file or a fixed width file, whatever it is, okay, into such kind of output file. So that's where the XSLT would be used in terms of core connector. Okay, so how an XSLT used inside core connector? This is how it will be used. So that's your answer, Kennedy.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what exactly I was asking.
Sure. Okay, great. The course objective, I have already explained you that, but I'll skip this slide, but this talks mostly about the same thing that I have already explained. It will make you handle more capability on understanding the cloud connectors or the core connectors, configure EIBs, custom integration, Workday reports, and for the Workday best practices. Like we do have a practice that needs to be taken into consideration whenever we are developing or enhancing these integrations. We just cannot go to an end and just start building reports without understanding that whether this report would be an optimized report or not. So we would always take care of optimization and Workday best practices into our curriculum. Okay. So I think the prerequisite that is required for integration for all of you folks is at least a small HCM knowledge is recommended. Okay. If not, it's fine. You can still grasp the course, but if you do not have Workday in HCM knowledge, go for ZaranTech. Again, I would say we have the best trainers available for teaching you Workday HCM. Now, why I say Workday HCM knowledge is needed for integration is because as and when I'll be going through the course, I would be talking to you about the concepts of position management, job management. Okay. I'll be talking to you about things like business processes. I would be talking to you things like compensation grades, So these are something you would be understanding only when you have a small understanding of how a Workday HCM works. And I'll be talking about supervisory. Okay. So this all thing would be only understandable when you have a similar understanding of a Workday HCM side of things. So a basic knowledge, I would not say a core knowledge of it's, you need to understand everything on Workday HCM, but you need to have an understanding of Workday HCM if you are coming to integrations. If you do not have any, do not worry. Again, I'll say, do not worry. It is just recommended. It is not mandatory. Okay. I'll still explain you things there. But yeah, please, I would still emphasize, because I have seen the trainers of HCM in ZaranTech, please, if you haven't, and if you want to upskill yourself, go for their HCM trainers. I know their trainers personally, and they are the best one in the market. So yeah, why should you take this course? That's a very big answer that I would like to say. So many people have a different perspective. All the 20 people joined in this course can have various other goals of going through the life. On like someone just wants an integration experience to happen because that's what's required in their company, which they're currently in. Someone wants to become an integration architect altogether, and that in which they are designing, just not designing integrations, but designing the whole system. Okay. And the third one of people, I'll not say software developers, but the third people would be a techno-functional guys who would also understand the integration, who also knows the functional side of things. And they are the most demanded people that is that is like understanding Workday. Now, the best part of Workday integrations are you're not tied to a specific domain. Okay. You would never be called as an HCM integration consultant. You would never be called as a Fin integration consultant. You would always be an integration consultant or overall modules. For an example, I specifically talking about myself, I started with an HCM, building integrations which were related to HCM side of things. Later on, when I say HCM, it was recruitment, it was all kind of integrations which were from the module of recruitment, payroll, learnings, compensation. So, and later I shifted to finance. So wherein I was creating procurement integration, where I was creating customer invoices integration, supplier invoices integration. I also moved to supply chain. So in which I was creating GHX. So there's a specific kind of integrations over there also. So integration consultant is never tied to a module. That's the best thing about them. Okay. And that's why they are the most demanded people, because they have knowledge of mostly everything. A functional guy can only understand one concept of or one module of Workday. He or she may understand learning, but may not understand recruitment. The recruitment guy may understand recruitment, but may not understand compensation. An integration guy would understand recruitment, learning, compensation, and finance as well. That's the power we have being an integration consultant over a functional consultant. Okay. I do not oversee or overshadow functional consultant. They are very much important in projects. I'm just saying that integration consultant demanded in this way. Okay. So training benefits, we would tell you about the certification, how the certification options are available, but the training option definitely to enhance the next levels. We do have experienced instructors. I would specifically myself still call myself as a novice instructor because I always learn from the students that I teach. Okay, it is going to be 10 years in Workday, but every day you learn. So that's how you have to have your zeal in going in Workday also. So we have assignments. So it's just not that I'll be speaking throughout the course. Once the course starts, it would be very much interactive course. So my courses are not PPT based, wherein I'll just open a PPT and explain you PPT. The PPT gets closed, and that's how the session ends. It would be a very interactive sessions wherein we'll doing working sessions in the session itself. Okay. So that you are connected throughout. You're connected through the system. That's what is needed. You need to understand each and everything of Workday. So once you're doing it on live premises on our tenants, we are understanding various things. And the case studies for sure, which is a real-based scenarios. So I've worked in mostly all the partner firms. I understand what are the real use cases of all the integrations that we currently have in Workday, and the recorded sessions. You can access the training blogs and the recorded session for each sessions. So yeah, that's the retention policy of the videos. Workday is a very old software, I would say, but it's a recent one because we are still having knowledge of it. It was founded in 2005. David Duffield, again, the guy was from PeopleSoft. Anil was the CEO of Workday. Even David is no longer in this org in Workday. So they have been. Workday is an open demand cloud-based financial management system. Workday is stronger because they also, I would say, they have taken in the companies or they have bought companies which are helping them growing their ERP practice more stronger. So Workday has Adaptive Insights, Workday has Peakon, Workday has various other collaborations in which they work. Workday has Extend. Okay, so that's the most strongest part of Workday. And believe me, when I say strongest part, everything you can do Extend. Okay, so the world talk about AIs. Okay, wherein you are developing agents, where you're developing agents, where you're developing everything that can be automated. Workday Extend is the free for that. And but again, you have to take the ladder from integrations. So you cannot directly learn Extend. That's why I start with the integration and slowly and gradually, once you reach to the Extend part, hopefully we are there with our Extend course also as well. What is Workday integration? So means basically I would say, yeah, it's a combination of finance, HR, and analytics into a single system. But it's a very simple architecture. Means you just have one search bar that you've seen, and that search bar does almost everything inside it. Okay, it can help you create integrations, help you run tasks, help you configure securities, everything. Okay. And AI is amazing for, sorry, not AI, UI is amazing for Workday. So the interface that you will work upon, or you have seen that I was just showing you, it's a very simple interface. Because I've worked on other ERP platforms and I've seen their interfaces, it looks a little complicated for people to traverse or understand. But in case of Workday, I would say it's a very simple UI and it follows an high security standard. Workday is an on-premise, it's SaaS, software as a service. So the earlier Oracle PeopleSoft was a PaaS, platform as a service, but Workday is a SaaS, software as a service. It resides on cloud. So the tenants that you worked on, it's the cloud servers that we are working on. Okay. And yeah, that's the basic thing. What is Workday? Workday integration, I've told you about how the Workday integration works. Security, this and enhanced security so security in terms of controlling your data, in terms of how you, in this session you would learn things on controlling your data, how a good security model is also developed in securing your data, because the data that you will be dealing would be a highly sensitive PIA data. Okay. PII data, sorry. So you would be dealing with SSNs, you would be dealing with people's SSN, you would be dealing with people compensation. Okay. And these are very sensitive data and it need not have to be exposed anywhere. So if you have the integration consultant job is to send data to any third party. How he or she has to build a security around that data in order to secure the data from being tracked or from being read anywhere, we'll be teaching you that. So security is a very important aspect of Workday also. And we take security in a very stringent way. Okay. So means these are Workday has an analytics, means this I would skip this slide. It has well suited for any other system. Like you can open Workday today in mobile, and any other system. It has a clean interface. Like I said, easy to read. It has amazing representation of dashboards. It's a scalable it's a scalable system. So you do not have to worry about scalability. If you have 10,000 employees, after a year, if you have 50,000 employees, you do not have to worry about scalability. Workday handles that. Okay. Do not worry about scalability. So that's the thing that I wanted to tell you also about Workday integrations. Like I said, Workday, where our means it's everywhere linked. Okay, for payroll, like I said, we are sending data to ADP for third-party payroll. For background check, we are sending data to HireRight. For benefits, there are different other partners. Okay, call it Cigna. We can call means United Healthcare, or there are many others apart from that. We do send data to other ERP systems also, like Salesforce, NetSuite. So Workday is connected with everything. Okay. And Workday is the mothership, I would say. So it is a system of records. So if you understand the system of records, and the best part is by knowing Workday and in Workday integrations, you also understand many concepts of ADP also. Because as and when you'll be working along with these guys, you'll understand how their system also works. So it's just not you are having a knowledge of Workday, it's also you're having a knowledge of third-party systems like ADP or HireRight or Talio or any other systems. So that's the best part of being an integration consultant. Like you also have knowledge of other software systems. So that's how we have shown you also here. So Workday is interconnected with everyone. Like I said, it does everything. It's talent, payroll, everything. It utilizes API. We are going to read about all these things. Don't worry about when you see this API, when you see this core connectors. We are going to read about it. We are going to understand how things. The biggest thing that people talk about in Workday is Workday architecture. That's how simple the architecture looks like. Okay. So Workday, I told you at the very start, it's a SaaS, it's software as a service, which sits on a cloud. Okay. And so what you see at the top is Workday applications. Okay. What you see at the top is the interface itself. Inside this, we have APIs to be built. We have connectors that is there where we'll create the connectors. We have APIs which we can utilize. So, and we have custom integrations to connect to third-party integrations again. So that's a simple structure of Workday. So Workday does not have a complicated structure like if you go for a PeopleSoft, understanding a PeopleSoft, Oracle PeopleSoft architecture, it will make you understand. You have to go and understand what is an app. There's an app hub also, something known as that. In PeopleSoft, I forget those days, but yeah, it was had a complicated system back then of the architecture. But the integrations, this is what it is. So it has 4 layers or 3 or 4 layers of things. That's it. It has uh, behind the scene, Workday is actually coded on something known as an espresso. So, and also it uses Java. But that's how Workday is coded on. We do not have to do or learn anything else of that sort in our career if we are an integration consultant altogether. So we do not have to learn all these languages. It's the same thing. So like I said, it's a culmination of API integrations, EIBs, other tailored custom integrations. We also have third-party custom integration, that is a built-in integration in Workday. Third-party application I told you about, that we have many third-party applications. Oh, the job, now this is the best slide. People love it. So, and an average salary, so it's beyond 150K nowadays. So extend consultant, I would say, gets more than 200K, and integration consultant also get more than 170K, I guess. So it is taking pace as anything. So top companies, open Fortune 500 and just see where they are implemented, where their ERP system lies, and where you will always find its work there. So talk about any big firms, it's sitting on Workday. So what is a lifetime? Like someone did ask me that every system or every ERP means it has lifespan, which is correct. So like PeopleSoft had a lifespan of its same. It's very less in use. Workday would also have a lifespan. But believe me, Workday would have a great lifespan because the way they are incorporating things. It may be related to the latest trend of utilizing AI into a system or anything. Next 30 years, Workday is not going anywhere. So it is sitting in the market as major player for next 30 years at least. So after that, it may or may not. Again, I'll say I'm not one to take that decision that it will have a downtime or so. But at least next 30 years, Workday would rule the system market as well. And hence, the integration consultant would always be in demand. So yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I have a question here. So how much percentage of AI we can utilize in Workday integrations? As of now, we are using it or we haven't started at all?
Yeah, we are definitely using it. So in extent, we are definitely using it. Even in Workday in AI is very much as much, it is, I would say it is in a starting phase. So we are still creating, Workday is still creating agents, okay? And I do not have an access, but I would have shown you that Workday has also created. It's a very new thing. If anyone knows about it, it's a very good thing. But like you have Chat GPT, like you have Gemini sitting, okay, everywhere. Workday has created its own Chat GPT, which is known as Workday Deployment Assistant, okay, and it has been rolled off to every other client in their customer central tenants in this October for all US.
That will give, if you have a question regarding anything related to Workday, then it will give you the answer, right?
Correct. I call it a Workday Chat GPT. Again, it's an LLM model which is still learning. So
Okay.
Is that,
yeah.
is that on the UI level or is that on the developer level?
Sorry, can you come again? Is that
on UI level? Like for example, if an employee logs into Workday and he wants to know his PTO balance, is that for that or is that for the integration?
This is mostly as of now available only for implementers. Yeah, I was
Only.
going to say, yeah, only for implementers. Even customers are not able to see it in the customer central. But again, I'll tell you, they are going to roll it out for the customers also as well. It's a Chat GPT for Workday specifically, and I have used it. Believe me, it's very powerful tool. It's not something which will take your salary for, sorry, which will take your job, of course. It is not doing that as of now. But it's a it's a consultant. Believe me, it's a retired Workday consultant who has all the Workday knowledge. So
Okay.
that's how Workday Deployment Assistant is.
If you're stuck with which EIB to use or which place to get what data from, it can help you with that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. It can. And it has been recently released. So that's October, I guess September end to US tenants, and to Canada tenants, it was October. So it is still new, and it is in the pilot phase, I would say. It's a Chat GPT of Workday. Oh, salary, yes. So, sorry, do we cover that?
AI agent is covered in this course?
AI agents is not covered in this course. AI agents is not covered in this course now. Deployment assistant is not covered in this course. It's a very new thing. Even like tenants do not have access to it. So yeah. Job trend. So this data covers till 2021, but it is more of a trend now. Like you can go ahead and just see the LinkedIn jobs, and you can see now again. Don't take the economic condition of things, and like if the trend is slow, the whole job trend would be slow. It's not a Workday job trend would be slow, but in general, the Workday job trend would always be at its peak. Yeah. It is at par with a guy going for AI or going for some other technologies. So it is at par with this.
How would you compare success factors and the implementation, the integration suite for SAP?
Okay, so I have never worked very much on SAP. Okay, but the people I have who have worked on SAP and came into Workday, I know those people have had an opportunity to work with these people. Workday is a very lightweighted application. Okay, in terms of SAP. When I say lightweighted, it's not in terms of the Workday is processing less amount of data. Workday has a very small space of integrations. Like I say, only three type of integrations are there: EIB connectors and studios. Anything of the world, any requirement of the world that can come. Okay. And believe me, it can be very a complex requirement. It may be HCM requirements can be understandable. Financial requirements are way too complex. So when we go to work different sides of things, and still studios can cover it, still connectors can cover it, still reports can cover it. So only three integrations handles everything in compared to Workday in PeopleSoft, where I did work for, we had technologies known as SQR, we had technologies in App Engine, Component Interface, Integration Broker. There were many other things, Pages. There were many other things to handle these kind of data. But in Workday, we just have three systems that would do every other thing for you. Now, very much of when too much of customization is needed, Workday has introduced Extend for that. So, wherein you can create everything of your own, even a business process of your own, now security of your own, everything of your own. So that's the customization. Yeah.
Right.
So it offers you everything. We talked about salary. We talk about industries. So I would say Workday is now in every industry. So even in pharmacy, like if you go and see Novartis or big companies are on Workday. Even on like means I know back in the days I've implemented PGA Tour and they are the golf companies, right? I guess now. So the Workday is even there. The information technology, they are like everywhere. They have been implemented everywhere. Walmart is on Workday. Home Depot is on Workday. Banks are on Workday. Bank of America and many other banks are on Workday. So every other sector we have covered. So shipping, logistics industries are on Workday. So we almost have the presence of Workday almost in everywhere. Okay. The job titles may differ based on companies' job roles, but you always remain an integration consultant in your heart. Okay. You may be called as an HRIS guy, you may be called as an HCM integration manager, but at the heart, you should always be a consultant because a consultant would always give solutions. So whether you become a manager, senior manager, an architect, always be a consultant by your heart. That's what I just tell people. Yeah. What else? Why choose ZaranTech? Means that we do offer whatever is required for you to become a successful Workday implementation integration engineer or a developer or a consultant. You can see our videos in YouTube. The tenant access are 24/7. We give you access of almost everything anytime. And so all our trainers, like we are from USA and we are certified. So we would actually understand what's there in the market, what's the current trend, what's happening recently, and tell you more about why ZaranTech also for certifications.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. If you're done, then I will just take them through the certification. Guys, any questions if you have before I go ahead, please?
One more question. Is this course is covering the Workday Studio?
Okay. So end-to-end Workday Studio, I would say a deep dive in Workday Studio may not, but Workday Studio, yes. Because Workday Studio in itself is another set of course that we offer. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, absolutely. So we do have a lot of modules in Workday, right? Workday Integration. This is a Workday Integration Studio and Workday Integration and Basic Studio. So we have a separate module which is called as Workday Studio. Advanced Studio is also there, reporting. A lot of modules we do have actually. But all these curriculum, come up with a set of almost like 30 to 35 hours duration of training separately.
Correct.
Yeah, because in order to become a Workday integration consultant, we need to have a very thorough understanding of Workday Studio as well, right? So that means we will have to take one more course for
no
Workday.
See, we do, that is up to the individual choice how you want to go ahead. Okay, like we do have self-paced also for the Workday Studio, which we have already completed before. Okay, so there is a portal called as ZaranTech.teachable.com. So we have all the set of self-paced video. I will show you that. I will show that also, not to worry. So
just sorry, I'll keep the question. I'll take that question just to add to Abhi. In my career, I didn't use a studio till next 3 years of when I started Workday, next 3 years. Okay, but I learned studio by myself. Studio, if you have a basic understanding of the studio, believe me, you can grasp the studio as well. But again, advanced studio is very much like I take advanced studios in ZaranTech, and once you go for enroll for the advanced studio is a big world in itself. Okay, that's why we said 35 hours. If we just give you basic information and tell you that you've done studios, that would be very wrong for us to say you that. And hence we have a specific, totally new course we have created for that, and which will give you an in-depth dive of the most complex requirements that is built using Workday Studios. Yep. Sorry, go ahead with the question. Someone asked.
Yeah, I was asking, how about advanced reporting? Is that
all those are separate modules actually. I mean, if in case you can go to the chat window, we have shared the list of courses what we do have. That is specifically, ZaranTech.teachable.com, which has only the self-paced video training. All the recorded sessions are uploaded there, the videos which you have, I mean the batches which you have conducted before. But when it comes to specific live training, we conduct retail batches for specific modules. So this is Workday integration and the basic studio training. That's what I call it as.
Yeah. Advanced reports is custom reports, also called as an advanced reports. We are covering that in our sessions. But if you see composite and matrix reports, that is reporting and in our reporting module, in our reporting classes. For an integration consultant, you need not have a knowledge of matrix. Like till my 12 years 10 years in Workday, I know matrix reports. I've not worked thoroughly on matrix reports. It's not required for us. So it's required for reporting consultant. So
okay?
Yeah.
So reports like year-over-year turnover kind of reports, that is not part of integration.
Not part of integration, no.
Okay.
I have a question like, if we have the basic knowledge in HCM and complete this training, we'll be ready for the certification? Is that will be enough for certification?
Definitely. If you just take this course for integration certification, definitely yes. For studio certification, I would say no. For integration certification, yes.
So basically, after this training, you can go for the Workday Pro integration, core services certification.
Yeah.
No, and also you mentioned that all the CQs in the certification will be like a difficult and all, like they will be like
No, there is not difficult.
Okay, I think a lot of people are coming up for the certification course questions only.
Go ahead.
Okay, I will take the charge from one second.
Thank you. Yeah. Stop my screen share, Abhi, if you want to.
Yes, I'll be sharing my screen. Okay, just a second.
Thank you.
One second. I'll just minimize it. One second. Yeah. Okay. I hope my screen is visible to everyone, guys.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, thank you. So this cohort, this specifically we designed for any particular batch before we start. So this is the link. It's a Google Doc link which has been shared to the chat window. Everybody, I think you have the access to it to view it. Okay. So this cohort we specifically prepare before any live batch we start. We have a different courses like Workday Integration, Workday HCM, Studio, Payroll. Okay, a lot of modules we do offer. Okay, so one second, I will just show you the list of the courses which we have. You can directly go to ZaranTechTeachable.com. Okay, and you can see the list of all the Workday courses what we do have here. Okay, so I think that link has been also, somebody was asking me about advanced reporting and all, right? So we do have conducted that also. So we do have those self-paced, if somebody is willing to buy the separately along with this live training, the self-paced, we do have that also. Advanced studio security, integration, REST API, a lot of modules we do have. Okay. But as I mentioned,
40% of SAP Gold deal.
So that is something which we are running actually. You can go to the Teachable platform and you can see that promotion. So if somebody is into SAP, we have this, 160. Yeah. These all are the self-paced. You can understand. Okay. These are all the self-paced, which we already conducted the live batches before. So that's how you have the link. You can check it out. Okay. Let's coming to the context. Okay. So this entire training will be 30 hours duration of training. The batch schedule is Monday to Thursday, 7:30 p.m. CST USA. Okay. And the entire curriculum, what are the topics which will be covered in this particular training is mentioned here. Okay. I think Tushar has already explained you the tenant, so basically you'll be getting a dedicated tenant, which is like for 2 months, and that will be 24/7, which will be provided to you with the user ID and password. So it is not a shared tenant, first of all. Okay. And you'll be getting it for 2 months along with this training. Now, coming to the certification. Okay. I just want to let you know that, as mentioned initially, right? If in case you want to go for the Workday certification, right? The only way right now in the market is available that you have to work for a Workday partner company, and that's how you can go for the certification. Okay. But right now, I just want to show you, ZaranTech is officially a partner with peopleflow.io, okay, which is a Workday innovation partner. Okay. You can see our CEO Alok. Okay. He is founder of ZaranTech. He is right now partner sales. Okay, so we are officially a partner right now with peopleflow.io, which is a Workday innovation partner. Okay, so you can see here. So basically how the process works, I will explain you. So once you complete this training, okay, sorry, my bad. Yeah. So once you complete this training, okay, we will be introducing, if anybody is willing to go for the certification, right? Okay, you can let us know. I'll be the particular point of contact who will be helping you in going for the certification. Okay, so we will be introducing you to the PeopleFlow team, where they will be setting up, they'll be sending a contract. Okay, if somebody is willing to go for the certification, the certification cost will be $800 for 1 credit, which is the actual cost for certification. See, when you go for the actual training with Workday, right? Okay, that will cost you $6,400. Okay, which will be like two separate training module for 4 days, 3,200, 3,200. But that training you're getting in ZaranTech only for $699, and the certification cost is always same. It is $800 for 1 credit. So 1 credit means it's a one attempt. Okay, so once you go for the certification, right? Okay, I'll show you. You can see the basic, the initially we have to go for the Workday Pro Integration Services certification. Okay, so you can go to these documents where we have mentioned you the weightage also. Okay, like what are the things, 50 MCQs will be there. Okay, where minimum 40 you have to score at least out of 50, and it will be a 2 hours proctored exam. Okay, so whenever you'll be going to go for the certification after the completion of training, right? Okay, so they'll be setting up your Workday community access like this. Okay, in this you'll be having your Workday learning center. Okay, where you can go and schedule your exams. Okay, whenever you're ready, the proctored exam. Okay, and remember one thing, $800 means it's a 1 credit. There is no reattempt in that $800 unit. I mean to say, if in case you fail, again you have to pay $800. Okay, if in case you sometimes miss the exams and all, you always have the option to raise a case to the partner company, and they can always reschedule your exam. They can cancel the proctored exam. So make sure always, because proctored exam is a very secured exam. You have to understand it's a lot of security check will be there. You cannot run any sort of applications in your system when you're going to give the certification. So that kind of security check will be, it's a very secured examination. Okay, now I will show you some of the, if you everybody go to this link, there are a couple of people who has cleared the certification from us. Okay, in the first attempt. You can go, I'll show you. You can directly go and communicate with them in LinkedIn, where they have shared. So for example, I will explain you. Okay, you can see this is a post which you have made. Okay, so ZaranTech has basically developed a platform called as Workday Pro Certification Practice Test Platform. Okay, I will show you. So the practice test platform looks like this. It's a do select. Okay, and in that we have all these certifications. I mean, so this practices platform which we have built, okay, which will, I mean, if somebody before the certification wants to practice, this will cost you $199, which will give you 3 attempts. Okay, and this platform has been similarly designed in such a way how the actual proctored exam will be happening. Okay, so 50 questions will be there. Okay, 2 hours training, 120 minutes. MCQs will be some of the questionnaires will be having 2 answers also. So that kind of pattern we have built. Okay, I will show you for your example. One second. So this is the certification platform. Okay, the weightage also you can see the reporting will be 10%. Okay, you can see here how it has been developed. Okay, so if somebody is willing to go for the certification, they can purchase this practices platform, and 87% or 90% of the people who has taken this practices platform, they have cleared the certification in the first attempt. I can show you some live proof itself. Okay, one second. Yeah, so this is one of the student, Mr. Amareshwar, who has recently completed the certification for the Workday integration only. Okay, like you can see the date, October 29, 2025. That's how it looks like. Okay, so they have cleared the certification, and you can see here itself, and you can directly go and connect them in LinkedIn. You can see all the posts are here updated. Okay, I mean, I can once, and I'll share this link in the chat window. Just a second. Yeah. So we have built this platform. You can see all the people have posted, with their link and the feedback, and you can go to this cohort and see people who have cleared the certification in the first attempt itself, who has taken the practices platform with us. So any questions, guys, regarding the certification, that how ZaranTech will be helping? Anybody is having any questions? Go ahead, please. The batch
What is the contract you were referring to?
See, we are not Workday partner company. You have to understand. PeopleFlow is a Workday partner company. We are tied up with PeopleFlow right now. Okay. So basically, how it works, whenever anybody is willing to go for the certification, right? Okay, we'll be sending you this form. Okay. Yeah. Like this kind of form, it will be there. Okay. So we will be sending you this form step by step, all the details you have to fill it out. Okay. Then I'll be the person who will be introducing you to the PeopleFlow team. Okay. So they will be sending you a contract before you pay the exam fees. Okay. So the contract will say, that because PeopleFlow is one of the partner company, you have to understand. Okay. So whenever you get certified, because see, you have to understand this path is giving an option that without working in Workday also, you can get certified in Workday, which is normally not available outside anywhere globally. Okay, the only option is you have to work with a Workday partner company. Then only you can go and approach your employer to go for the certification. Directly, you cannot pay from your pocket and go for the certification. There is no other option. The other option is if you can. ZaranTech is the only company who can help you out right now. Okay, so they'll be sending an agreement and contract. You will be going through that agreement. If you're okay, then you'll be signing the agreement, and then only you'll be making the payment. That's how it is. Okay, so those are the clauses that you can see.
What is the agreement? Do they have a cut on it? Or
no. See, it is not. See, you have to understand. ZaranTech is helping you out. Okay.
Yeah.
ZaranTech is not getting any commission or something. That is helping you out because we are tied up right now. Okay. Now for the certification, you are paying $800. I told you, right? Directly to the partner company only. Okay. And they'll be setting up your Workday community and the Workday Learning Center. And they're in the Workday Learning Center. You can go and schedule your exams as per your own availability dates. Okay. So that is the thing. Once you get certified, they'll be sending you, like I showed you, right, the email and all. Okay, that you can check in your Workday community and the Workday Learning Center only. Once you get a notice, they'll be sending you a Workday badge called as, okay, so that you have been Workday certified, like that. Okay, and obviously, after getting certified, a lot of people have got into a job market. Okay, and if PeopleFlow is a partner, on that particular project which you're working, then you do not have to transfer. You can use the same community and the learning center access. Okay, if in case you're working with any other particular partner which is not available with PeopleFlow, then you have to send an email request to PeopleFlow and they will transfer your community access and certificate to the other partner. That's how the process works. Okay, see, right now nobody in the entire world will be having the Workday community access until they're working with Workday. You know that very well. Okay, so that's how it is. So yeah, go ahead, please.
So suppose I'm a contractor and I get a contract for, say, a year. I transfer my credentials to that company and that contract comes to an end. What happens to my certification?
See, that's what you have to transfer, right? If in case, if you're getting a project which is aligned with PeopleFlow, right, then you don't have to transfer. Automatically, you can continue with the same thing. If in case you are working in a project which is not aligned with PeopleFlow, you have to send them an email requesting to transfer the certificate and they will do it. It will be mentioned in the contract itself before you sign. That's what I'm telling you. Well, whenever you'll be making the payment, right, they'll be sending you an agreement which has all the clauses, terms and conditions mentioned there itself. If you're okay, then only you're going to sign, and then only after that you're going to make the payment. That's how it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, for is this certification valid?
See, every 2 years you have to renew the certification. Okay, for renewal you need 0.25 credits, which is $200. Okay, so 1 credit means $800. So basically every 2 years you have to renew the certification after you pass. Okay, so that will cost you 0.25 credits, which is $200. But if in case you fail the certification, you have to pay $800 again. Basically, that is not a kind of reattempt you're trying. And renewal is something else. So within every 2 years, you have to renew the certification.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that means again, if we wanted to renew it, we have to reach out to ZaranTech and get renewed.
See, it is not, you are not reaching out to ZaranTech. You have to understand, you are whichever partner you are aligned with at point of time, you have to go through them only. So right now, for example, you're getting certified from PeopleFlow, and you are working in a project which is aligned with PeopleFlow from 2 years, you can directly go reach out to PeopleFlow, and they will help you out in renewal the certification and all. If in case you're moving to some other partner, they will be helping you at that point of time. That's how it is.
In case I am about to finish my project and I am about to finish my certification as well. That time, can I reach out to ZaranTech and get it renewed?
Yeah. See, I'll be the person who will be helping each and everybody from this beginning of the process till the time you get certified. I showed you the email, right? So a lot of people.
I mean the renewal process I'm talking about. Yeah.
See, renewal process, yes, you can reach out to ZaranTech. I mean, we are the partner right now with PeopleFlow, right? I mean, that's what I told you. But remember one thing I mentioned you, from that time, you should be, because see, once PeopleFlow transfer, right, to the other partner, you will not be eligible with PeopleFlow any sort of thing. You have to understand. So that is basically PeopleFlow is handing over to the other partner. That's how it works.
Okay.
So that time PeopleFlow will not be liable for anything. That's the reason I'm telling you.
Then again, if you wanted to renew it, how will? Example.
That's what I'm telling you. Right? Whichever partner you are able to renewable means you have to understand. Just the domain right now, whenever PeopleFlow will be giving you the community access, right? So your domain will be at peopleflow.io like that. Okay. So for example, you're going for another partner like GQR, for example, Segna is there. Okay. So that time your email ID will be starting with like whatever XYZ at the rate Segna dot like that. A GQR dot like that, it will be like that. Okay. So it is just getting transferred. You have to understand. So if in case you are working with GQR, that time you have to approach GQR. It is like that only. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, what I'm asking is that one. Unfortunately, I have finished the assignment with the GQ and come out. And meantime, I did not join to the another client. So my certification is being expired. That time, will I able to reach out to the ZaranTech and pay the money and get my certification?
No. See, that time, if in case that time it is GQR, right? So you have to reach out to GQR at that point of time. I mean, you can come back to ZaranTech. ZaranTech will connect you to the partners. That's what we can do. That's what I'm telling. Right now, PeopleFlow is our major partner. We are tied up with 4 to 5 partners. GQR is there, Segna is there. But PeopleFlow, since we are directly connected, it's the easiest quickly. I mean, sometimes GQR process and all, it takes 20 plus days and all. But PeopleFlow process, it can be happening within 4 to 5 days only. It's like that. Because since Alok is the managing partner of the PeopleFlow.io right now, we are tied up officially with the PeopleFlow.io. That's the reason. Any questions, guys? I mean,
like, are you people aware about those contract which the process flow is sending? While applying only, we will come to know what are the contract, what are the terms and conditions we will receive from the process flow.
Yes, definitely. I mean, so when you're ready, you can let me know. They'll be sending, I'll be introducing you to them. Before making the payment, you'll be able to view the contract and agreement.
No, the thing is like, I am about to take the course. I have to spend money to take the course.
See, you have to understand. You have to understand. First of all,
like, process like to get certified. So I learned everything from you, ZaranTech, and I am proceeding with the certification with the process flow, PeopleFlow. If the terms and contract or something is mismatching to me, then what is the solution like?
Okay, see, you have to understand the money what 699 you are paying, that is for the training. That is nothing related with the certification. Certification is your choice. You have to understand. Okay, which you are getting an option from ZaranTech. Okay, see, Workday training you can take all over globally anywhere, right? You have to understand. But right now ZaranTech is having that features, and ZaranTech is doing that favor to the participants whoever is taking the training from ZaranTech. You have to understand. Other companies in the market do not have these facilities available, right? So 699 what you're paying, that is for the training. And obviously it makes sense, right? Whenever somebody is going for the certification, they should have a content and training knowledge, right? Without training and knowledge, I mean, what is the use of going for the certification, right? That is the reason we have built the practice test platform also. Why we are helping you out? Because might be we are charging 199, but we are giving you 3 attempts to go for the certification, okay? Where, 3 times you can apply for the 50 questionnaires.
I understand. You have ZaranTech training for 699 and 199 for the practice test.
Yes.
At the end of the day, for exam, then like you people don't know about the contract. What does it mean, or how does it? How?
No, see, I know the contract very well, okay, because I'm dealing with that, okay. But my question is, you are going for the certification directly, and the contract clearly says that if in case, see, this is not our policy, it is Workday policy. You have to understand. They are a Workday partner company, PeopleFlow, right? Okay, so they have to follow the Workday terms, right? So Workday has
from the Workday, not from the PeopleFlow, right?
See, PeopleFlow is a Workday innovation partner company. You have to understand, Workday has a lot of partners. Workday staffing partner is there, sales partners, there, silver partner is there. A lot of partners are there. So PeopleFlow is Workday innovation partner. Okay. So I think, I mean, if you are new to Workday, so you should be available to know about these terms, who are the partners. Okay, so there are a list of partners are there. If you go to the Workday official website, you can see the partners wise list they have. Okay, so PeopleFlow is one of the Workday innovation partner company which has implemented Workday in their company. So you have to understand, right now Workday projects are only available with those companies where they have implemented Workday.
Yeah, that I understand.
Okay, so that's how it is. And the contract clearly says, I mean, if you're working in a project, okay, where PeopleFlow is a partner, then only you can use their community access, right? Because the domain which you're using, that is under PeopleFlow. You have to understand. So if in case you are getting into a different project, you need to transfer the certificate. It is a very clear, simple process. You're paying for the certification, you're getting certified. After getting certified, you're working in a project in a company, okay, where definitely you need the community access to practice, right? Okay. And if it is under PeopleFlow, okay, you will be having the PeopleFlow ID. If in case it is going to some other partner like GQR, a lot of partners are there globally, okay, then you have to transfer the certificate. You just have to send an email to PeopleFlow and they will help you in transferring the certificate. That's how the process it works. Simple. There's no, see, everything right now, I mean, you should see the agreement at that point of time when you're ready for the certification, right? Okay. I mean, those process has been made by PeopleFlow, not by us. We are just helping people in the certification process. And people are paying and they're getting certified. That's how it is. PeopleFlow is not giving you a job. You have to understand that. Yeah. No. So that's how it is. Any questions, guys? I mean, we can explain you more after the session, you will be getting connected to the sales team. I think they will be explaining more in depth. Then it will make your things easy also. Meanwhile, any questions in terms of the generic point which I'm explaining right now, guys? Okay. I hope I am clear from my side. There are a couple of videos are also there. You can go through how the certification process works. I think that will make your job easy. How the practice test platform, the link which I have shared to you, just go through it. And your sales team is there. They will connect you after the session. Guys, any more questions? Then I'll just conclude from my side. Okay, I'll just hand it over to you. I'm done from my side. Thank you. I'll just stop my sharing screen.
So one of the question that I was hearing is regarding the certification transfer. So either you work in partners or implementers while you are moving through companies. So you have to transfer the certifications. So there is something known as an ID that you need to carry along. Means it's an ID that's your certification ID that gets attached to your LMS while you get certified.
Yeah, that comes up with the LMS ID number, which will be starting with 100 like that. It comes with the LMS ID number. Yeah.
So as and when you move throughout your career to different companies, the certification gets transferred. So that's how things work. It is regardless of, like, the best thing that happened in Workday is, like, now we have just one certification pro. So previously when you used to get certified in partner company and you would try to switch in a customer, your certification would get expired. Okay. And if you again want to try go to partner, you have to again get recertified, and the partner would have to incur the cost of that certification again. But with this core pro certification, either you be in a partner or you go through a customer, the certification would not expire. It has to be renewed, yes. Expiry would not be there now. So certification would not be totally expired.
I'll go back to my initial question at the beginning of the call. As an independent contractor, how does it work?
Okay. And even as an independent contractor, you will hold a certification. Means you have to be associated with either one of the firms. Okay. Because you independently, Workday does not can get you certified. Like independently, you cannot go, like, it's not like an AWS.
No, not independently. So I go with PeopleFlow, and suppose I land a project for 6 months. I do a project for 6 months. I get my credentials transferred to the new company. I do the work for months, and then I am on bench for, say, a couple of months. Happens then.
Yeah. Your certification has a period of 2 years before getting expired if you are not associated with any company. Okay.
Okay.
So that makes sense. That makes sense, right? So 2 years is the limit now. After 2 years, it will automatically get expired if no company is either taking it transferred on their side.
Okay. And 2 years from the date.
Sorry.
So every 6 months, you have to appear for a update. Okay, that's how certification works. Okay, so means update are, I guess, they are free of cost.
It's a course. It's not a full course.
No, update is generally like everyone has to give 6 months. After 6 months, Workday pushes an upgrade to it. You have to give that. It's free of cost if you're certified. And let's say if you have missed every 6 months, if you have missed 4 upgrades, okay, 4 updates basically, then your certification would be expired. Now, LMS can be only handled by either like means companies like PeopleFlow who would handle your LMS or any other companies which are associated with Workday. So through LMS only you can give these updates, and if you miss 4 updates, that is 6 into 424, that is 2 years, then your certification gets expired.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tushar, yeah, you are telling that this as per the new policy, the certification is a pro certification, right? That is applicable to all the module or just for the
all the modules. Abhi was showing you something. It is all the modules. Every certification is pro now.
All the okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
On the functional and on the technical side as well. Yeah. Yeah. See, he has pro.
These are the list of the certifications. Okay. So basically, these are the practice tests, which we have, and it has a lot more actually. So yeah, I think we can show them the LMS, how it looks like.
Yes. Okay. So this is the learning management system, what we will be providing for the enrolled participants with ZaranTech. So this is our homepage. So here you have few details about ZaranTech. We also maintain the tenant maintenance time over here in the LMS itself. And you also have a website where you can check for the latest updates. You can also follow us in the Workday Learner community page for latest updates on all the Workday and other things. We also have 1,500 plus videos of Workday training in our YouTube channel. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. And the tenant access, like the trainer was showing in the training, right? Like how to access the tenant and other things. So you can access the tenant access right from the learning management system by clicking on the tenant access tab here. And there is a button here. So when you click, so it will redirect to a browser. And in the browser, we will be sharing you an individual username and the password. Using this, you will be able to access the Workday tenant within your browser. Okay, it's very simple to access. And you also have the course curriculum. So this is a detailed course curriculum, what will be covering in this particular batch. So we have about close to 9 modules here. And also we have the materials for the same of the course curriculum. So if you can see here, we also have the PPT what the trainer was showcasing during the live session. We also have the assessment. So let me just quickly show you how the PPT looks like. So you can see here also, these are the assessment for each and every module, which is available here. And also you have lab activities where you can also practice the lab activities. So these are the lab activities which is been available in the LMS. And also each of the sessions will be recorded and the videos will be uploaded within 24 hours to 48 hours of time in the LMS portal. So you can find it over here as a demo session. So the persons who are enrolled with us, they can see the video shortly. Okay. And also we have the meeting links tab. So where we have the meeting links available for each and every session. The participants has to just click on the link, register themselves for the next session or the upcoming session, and they can join the meeting accordingly. And also we will be marking the attendance for each and every participant, and everything will be available over here. If you see here, the names will be added here and the attendance will be marked accordingly. And this access will be given to the participants for 1 year from the date of enrollment. Any questions on that?
Why only 1 year for the videos?
Okay, I would like to answer for that because see, after a certain period of time, everything has its expiry. Right. Okay. So, a lot of times the content gets updated. Okay. So that's the reason. I mean, see, normally 1 year is a standard, what we do always. So there's a company policy, but yes, definitely you don't know. There might be some changes in the content after 1 year of time frame. So that's why we give it a standard, not for specifically this module. Any training module you take it from ZaranTech, you'll be having the access to the recordings for 1 year.
Okay.
Okay, I hope I have explained the certification process. Guys, before we wrap up the call, any questions for the trainer, for me, from ZaranTech? Anything you want to know?
With this trainings, so how many years of experience can we add it in our resume?
Okay. So you can
Because I have a complete core HR background from India, and I'm in Canada. But I even have SAP certification background too. I work for
easily you can add 3 years. Okay, easily
3
add
years.
this. Easily.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, any more questions? Basically, I'll tell you one thing. Even though ZaranTech is a proper training company, right? We're not into consulting, but there are a lot of times we do have, right now we have explored in the market like anything. Okay. So we do have a lot of companies who are approaching us directly, looking out for candidates who are certified. They have a lot of projects coming. If you go to Alok's post, like Alok is, even if you just follow Alok Kumar in LinkedIn, you can see there are a lot of posts, where a lot of job requirements, as a remote options, contract basis, a lot of work openings. A lot of companies are approaching. Okay, you can see the post. So we have a page also which is called as Workday Learner Community. Okay, I will share the link, okay, in the chat window. I think it is there. If you guys can see the chat, I'll share it to you. Okay, so just follow that page, Workday Learner Community, and you will get all the latest updates in terms of Workday. Okay, so any questions, guys? Okay, if nobody is having any questions, then I will wrap up the session for the day. The LinkedIn Learner Community page, you can just go and check.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.